Alright YouTubers, what's happening? I'm doing a really impromptu video right now. Kind of a cool idea I just kind of came up with. So I was looking at the Hidden Woodsman. You guys have probably heard of him. His website, some of his pouches. Really like some of the stuff he does. He has a belt pouch that I was looking at. I'm like, God, that thing is cool. I could use that. I'm like, but what do I have? I have something like that just totally reminds me. So I was rummaging through my stuff, cleaning through some of my old gun stuff and, you know, some of my old prepping stuff, and I found this pouch. And what this is a mag pouch for AK-47 mags. And I bought probably a bunch of surplus mags. I don't even remember what country of origin or anything, and it came with this pouch. And I thought, well, I'm probably never going to use that for my mags, but I'll hold on to it. So I had it sitting in a drawer, and I thought, man, what a cool idea for a little survival kit. So I loaded it out, how I would make a little survival kit, something you could take with you always. You could put it in your car, you could leave it in your pack, you could transfer from one pack to another because it's in one self-contained pouch. It's got belt loops. Right now I have a Mora on there, but you can take that off and attach that to your belt and run this through your belt. So let's go over the contents real quick. I think it's pretty cool, and these can be had really cheap, or you may even have one laying around if you buy surplus AK mags. You might even have one. So really cool. It reminds me a lot of that Hidden Woodsman belt pouch, actually. Kind of how it's laid out. It's kind of old school. It's obviously surplus military. I'm going to try really hard not to hit the camera, so I'm going to have to go a little to the side. So you got, you know, this, you can see how worn it is and everything, but it's really well organized. It's laid out pretty cool, and it's, like I said, designed for magazines, but I feel like, they may have used these for like survival type things as well as soldiers. So open this up, and you've got two little pockets here in the front. What these were used for is most likely cleaning supplies to clean your AK-47. I've obviously not using them for that. On this side, I'm just going to stand up. It might be easier. I just have a hard time seeing myself is the problem. On this side, I've got this little thing. I've got a Frontier, of course, kicks on the furnace. Alright, sorry about that. Got a Frontier water filter straw. This is part of the, obviously the straw part is also contained in here. That way I have a way to filter water, if need be. On this side I've got, and these aren't necessarily, these are more like bug out bags type items, but they're handy to have. I've got two of the Outcast kits from Flight Survival Gear. I've got the Outcast Fishing Sew Kit and the Survival Sewing Kit, so I could probably actually just take one of these out and use one or the other, because they kind of have redundant items. They're very handy little kits. They have quite a few things you might need. Some needles to do some, you know, if you have to do some sewing, maybe some sutures. You got thread, you got hemp cord, braided fishing line, 2 feet of Gorilla duct tape, zip ties, and then these bags are really handy if you have to collect tinder to keep it dry or water or anything. And then you have the fishing kit as well, so which is again a little redundant. Maybe take one or the other, but they both fit in that little pouch up there. So let's take all the stuff out as we lay this out, so you can kind of get an idea how much is in there. Okay, so in the top compartment, it's essentially like a new school, like a dump pouch almost. So I've got a 30-foot hank of fire cord. This has got, if you buy this at Walmart for like $5. Where's the end of it? Anyway, it's got a tinder in the inside. If you kind of fray it, you can use it to start fires. It also works as paracord. So, got my cordage, got my straw. This is this little like sewn out part here, little pocket. I'm sure that was for a cleaning rod. That's where I put the straw for the Frontier straw. I've got a platypus water container. These are really nice. This is a ½ liter. And it's basically my container, kind of the 5 C's of survival. I've got it all covered. Got a way to collect water, and then I have a way to filter it and drink it. I've got a little mini first aid kit. Now, this is a little husky pouch. You can get a 3-pack of these. It comes with a small one, a medium, and a large. I got this idea from Aaron at Gideon's Tactical. Really handy little pouches. They're like little tool pouches, but you can get them at Home Depot for really cheap, and they work really good for kits, fire kits. This is a first aid kit. I got a triangle bandage, some gauze, and then I've got these little, I love these little mill bags. Some medications, there's some anti-diarrheal stuff, some sleeping medications, some ibuprofen, and some Benadryl. We've got some burn gel, some other various like sting relief, bandages, and then some wound seal in case you get a really bad cut. Kind of works like Celox, and you've got some bandages. So nice little first aid kit. It's small and compact. It will fit in there, and it'll, you know, take care of most of your needs. I've got a the Outcast Survival Kit from Fight or Flight Survival. Love their stuff, guys. They're really good. And this has got, I went over a video of this, so I'm not going to open it and get the contents, but I've added some additional tinder to that kit. Some cotton balls soaked in Vaseline, and I've got some fat rope. This stuff's awesome, by the way. I bought a tin of it, and I just have a bunch of these in there, and you kind of fray that out. That stuff lights when it's wet. I mean, it's really quite amazing tinder. So, well, we will break into this a little bit. Got the rubber bands here, Ranger bands, and then you've got some wet fires, some of that fat rope I was telling you about, some cotton balls, and then underneath that you have a mini Bic, some UCO matches, a striker, and yeah, just a little fire kit. Should be sufficient. I have some more fire stuff in here as well. Always want to have a Bic lighter, so I went with a mini Bic because it'll fit in this little guy. I think I actually might be able to fit a full-size Bic in there too. I just had a mini Bic on hand. Got a fire kit, so it's got some combustion. I've also got a ferro rod here. This is the Uberlinden. I think that's how you say it. Yep, right there. This is their big fat one, and man, this thing's awesome. It's a great fire rod. I kept the striker on there, but you can also use a knife. But I kept a striker because of the type of knife I chose for this kit. Got some water purification tablets in there. And I've got a shelter, guys. I've got my, so I don't have to take it all out. I did a video on this. Where's the thing? I've got my SOL emergency shelter kit. Okay. Comes with 4 stakes, 4 reflective cord and micro tensioners, 1 heavy duty emergency blanket, and 1 shelter kit. Now I'll put a link in the description of the video. I did actually put the shelter up. It's pretty good. I mean, I've got more cordage, obviously. This is specifically designed, though, to use with the shelter, with those keepers and everything, but there is more cordage there. And I've got the stakes in here, the 4 little aluminum stakes. And I've got the heavy-duty emergency blanket. This is much bigger. This is pretty much like a tarp. You can make a tarp shelter out of this, and it's reflective as well. So, then I've also got the... Nice job. I've got the Shelter Basics little kit. Kind of help you if you're new to making shelters and you want to make certain types of shelters. It gives you instructions. And so that pretty much empties that pouch. And I've also got, like I said, I've got my cutting here. I've got a Mora Companion. Now, I'll probably switch that out for the new Mora Ken's bowl that I have on order. Only because it has a 90-degree spine. So it gives me the option to strike a ferro rod. I also thought about just doing the Eldris, and it would actually fit inside the kit because it also has a 90-degree spine. But I wanted a little bit more length in the blade, so I used my Companion. And it's cheap. The idea of this kit was kind of, hey, I've got this military pouch on hand. Let me make a survival kit out of it. Let me use kind of what I had on hand. But I got my shelter, my cordage, my container, my combustion. Oh, man. I'm missing the last C. Cordage, container, combustion, coverage, shelter. What's the 5th one, guys? I'm missing it. Haha. Dang it. I have it all covered. It's totally drawing a blank right now. And I've actually got first aid, which is an additional thing. So, maybe it was cut. Maybe that's what I forgot. But I've got all that covered. Cool little, just a mag pouch you may have laying around. If not, you can find them. If you have an AK, you want to buy some mags, you can buy them with these pouches quite frequently. And the military surplus type stores might have them. And it works really well. I dig it. I'm going to keep it in there as like hey, I'm going to take this with me. I'm going to go on a hike, maybe an overnighter. I got a small little survival kit. If I'm going on an overnighter, I'm most likely going to have a shelter, but maybe as a backup shelter, or maybe if I'm just going on a day hike and something happens and I can't get home right away, I have this to be able to survive. Now this is kind of a 5% chance that that's ever going to happen, if even that. But at least it's nice to be prepared. And I kind of like I like this as a hobby. To make these little kits out of certain pouches and stuff, and I thought this was a pretty cool one, especially because it's a military surplus pouch that I had laying around. So that's a quick video, guys, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.